I'm really, really intrigued by Crystal Shores.
Frozen in time.
Yeah, like I am so intrigued by Crystal Shores, and like I need to know. I need to know more about Crystal Shores and like that whole region, and just the time aspect is what draws me in, and like how is time manipulated there, and like what's frozen in time, and all these things, and how is that going to affect the world or the lore, or how you traverse the region, and everything. It's like I find it really cool and fascinating.
Well, I feel like I keep getting some, like, mixed information when it comes to how time works in this game because you got Crystal Shores where
Mhm,
they pretty much said, "Yeah, it's frozen in time. Part of your
mhm,
goal is gonna figure out how to, like, unfreeze things or figure out what happened." But at the
mhm,
same time, and then correct me if I'm wrong, I thought Aaron had mentioned that, like, the wakes themselves with the alluvials,
mhm.
like, you go into these pockets of each region, and the wakes are kind of like the leftover remnants of what was there once upon a time. And,
Right.
you're sharding their essence almost in a way to reuse them. So in
Yeah, yeah,
Crystal
yeah.
Shores specifically, you kinda got like a double time theme going on because 'cause you've got the alluvials themselves, which aren't at least
Right.
not currently running around, and
Mhm.
then you've got, the whole region itself.
Yeah. Yeah, I that's actually really interesting because you're right, yeah. I remember him saying that, like, going into the wakes and everything, like, you're when you're capturing, like, the alluvials and everything, you're capturing their essence, like you were saying,
Mhm.
like, or like, that Aaron was saying. So, how does that how does that apply to Crystal Shores when it's already frozen in time? But yet, are you like, is it or ooh, is like is like Crystal Shores frozen in that time? I don't know.
I could be wrong again, but another thing that was brought up, I think in the Illuvium Zero chat, and I'm totally speculating because I could be way off, but I think so. You crash land on the planet, right? And
Right,
Illuvium Zero is populating that planet with the industrial zones and building up, your scanners and your blueprints and your research labs.
right.
And the actual area that we're exploring as rangers in Crimson Waste
Mm,
is a very small section.
mm,
So you've got the map of Crimson Waste, and you might be exploring this little section that no land plots are around. A zone within
yeah,
a zone, and then the time
yeah,
aspect worked into it because we're using this technology to, you know, shoot them
right.
with the tether gun and freeze it.
Yeah, so because like in Illuvium Zero, like the gray areas, or whatever, like on the map, right, are like technically the overworld, right?
Mhm. Yeah, it's the
Okay,
zone
yeah,
that we travel into,
yeah,
and
that's what
then
I thought.
shooting those
Okay,
timed wakes.
yeah.
But I've been thinking about that, about the alluvials actually roaming in the area, and
Hmm.
I kinda compare that to how, again, the storyline they've kind of been weaving for us so far, and again, we don't know what lore is or where it's gonna go.
Hmm.
But if we think of the wakes as being that, like, moment in time, so it's like if you're gonna have them roaming, you either have to be entering a full new time at the very start, which maybe they're doing
Hmm.
because I wish I had the video, but that crazy cool obelisk transportation video that was out a couple months ago,
Yeah, yeah,
that
yeah.
maybe that's how they do it, and then if you're already be kind of, like, transcending time in that moment,
Hmm.
seeing, like, a Titanor in the flesh would be fine. The other idea I had is I hate
Right.
spiders so much.
Same.
Wholly agree with the spider alluvial because I hate it, but I'm also a fan of horror, just a little bit. Like, I like
Yeah.
being scared to a degree. So the idea of going through the overworld and maybe entering this cave area and just have
And there's like a
spiders dropping
oh,
down,
jeez.
like having to look up. And
Yeah,
then my
I'm gonna stay
mind
out of that cave.
my mind got thinking, I was like, "Okay, well, they don't have to be full
Mhm,
color because if you kept them kind of like maybe outlined or the color of the wake, but they had kind of
mm,
more of a form to them, okay, that could be a
yeah.
way of still doing that time transcendence." Do you have any theories about how time will work within the overworld? Share them with me in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to check out the full video. Link in the description below. I'll see you on the flip side.